I'd now like to call on Craig Nicol, the co-founder of the Advanced Materials and Battery Council with me, to give his insights and final words to send you on your way. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you, so, I think you've all heard the champagne corks popping. I like the fact that people continued talking while the champagne kept on popping. Well done. Very good focus. It's been a brilliant day. I've learned so much, and I've been in this industry now for about 4 years. So thank you so much for all of the presenters and the panelists. I'd also like to thank the Vice-Chancellor for attending. I know she must be extremely busy, so please give her regards. And the Minister. I'm not going to try to attempt to say all of his different parts of his portfolio, but Mr. Butcher to come here, it clearly shows a very focused effort. I've got one area, then I'm going to do one last item after that. So I wanted to sum up. I've been lucky to see a few different battery conferences, one in Washington, DC a few months ago, and one in Michigan a couple of weeks ago. That had 20,000 visitors and 300 presenters over 5 days, and they flooded the internet to the point where the people couldn't even get a call out. That was a global conference. This is obviously really an Australian conference. We're not there yet, but we're a long way getting there since only 1 year. So congratulations, Lynette. You've done it again. So first of all, thank you, Lynette. There's, I think, 6 things. I was taking notes throughout the day of what battery industry needs. And if you look at a bit of a scorecard of where we're going, I think we're doing okay. In some bits we're doing really well, and some bits we've got some more work to do. But if you haven't realised, battery industry needs a community to get a battery made. And so hence we need all of these. So first of all, we need advanced materials. Well, clearly we've got some of the most advanced materials in the world, and some of the most resources of them, reserves of them. Second, we need lots of battery tech. Well, we've invented some of them. Vanadium was invented here. We have other tech that was been perfected here. So clearly we have some of the world's best leading scientists and engineers in this space. Third, we need educated and experienced people. I say one stat, 99% of the people who work in batteries over the next 20 years don't know anything about batteries right now. And that's a shocking feeling to think everyone's got to be onboarded, everyone's got to understand how batteries work. Most people don't even understand they're an electrochemical, biological, living thing. How many people understand that? They're actually a living thing. When you create a battery, you're actually giving it birth. It's like you're giving it life. And that's the essence of it. And yet there is going to need to be millions of people eventually who have to understand that and how they operate. We clearly have some amazing people here who can get things done. We are one of the largest and most successful material moving countries in the world. We've been doing that for decades, and we are one of the best. So why can't we do that in another material, which is advanced materials, and then in further processing? But we have got problems. We've definitely got a real issue around not enough people. We've discovered it this afternoon. Some of the amazing things that Dr. Gray said was mind-boggling around, and I've got 2 daughters who are going through school. So, you know, it was still mind-boggling to me about the different generations, how they see it. I know in my company, we've recruited almost every engineer and scientist type technology theme, and we cannot get a mechanical engineer for love or money for probably the last year and a half. And I'm a mechanical engineer, so I do see how it was such a basic thing and now it's somehow so rare. So we do need to solve that problem. We need people to build this industry, and it will have to be imported, and then where do they live? So big problems there, but I'm glad to see so many people thinking about it, talking about it. We need incentives and policies. Clearly we've come a long way. Even a year ago we didn't have a lot of the things we have now. 2 years ago, I think we were even trying to think, could we even be this? So it's clearly we have IRA. I saw a senator mention talking about the IRA on stage at the Washington, DC Batteries Mineral Intelligence Conference, and it was really quite interesting. He didn't create it to stuff everyone else up. He just said they needed to kickstart American battery manufacturing because they're really, really worried. They've got 40 gigawatt hours of production right now, and they want to get to 800, and China's already at 1,000 gigawatt hours, and they want to get to 13,000. They're so far behind, and they look to countries like us to help them out. And that's what we have to see. We have to see we're not alone. We have to see that we have got our big brother or big cousin or whatever you want to call them, big sister, over the side of the Pacific, and we do a lot of things where they find really quite interesting and haven't done it for a while, and they call it permitting, which is actually mining and digging up and shifting material. They call it permitting. So we have got great strengths, and we can marry up with them. So I do see those incentives and policies that the IRA has come through with will help through to Australia with the shift that we've seen with bringing in free trade agreement countries. The next area is finance. So typically, battery companies will go through a few death spirals, and finance is something that Australia has not got a mature capital markets to really be able to boast, to be able to push through these smaller stage companies to eventually become something that we would see as a blue chip. And that's difficult because capital markets take decades to evolve, and we have a certain ethos in Australia which may actually be prohibitive there. But we need to think about other ways of doing it, which clearly we're finding our way. We have different ways. We have governments coming in helping. We have various different types of grant structures. And we need to think internationally. Australian technology is globally renowned, and international funds are available as well. So finance, I think, is still one out there. We'll see next year on how that mood sets with the global finance capital markets hopefully lifting after the cloud we've had with all the interest rates increases. The last one, which we need to increase more next year, let's hope we grow further, is equipment and services. Without equipment, we cannot build batteries because we need the equipment to build the batteries. We need the people who build the equipment to build the batteries, and that's literally how this industry works. And we saw some great pitches, elevator conversations this afternoon, but that will need to grow. We have people here this afternoon. They're very important, and we need to include them going forward. Now, we've come to a certain level, but there is another level that America and China is already at, and that's what's called combinatorial batteries. And that's where you bring two technologies into one battery pack. I saw it in America. China's just released it, CATL, where you bring a lithium-ion and sodium-ion battery, and you have another next-level outcome. Now, that's something I think we could possibly see, but we all need to get to our first level, and then you start to see the collaboration outcomes. But regardless, all of those 6 things need to have integration across, and that's where AMBC comes in. So my last point, and I can't not, because I am a marketer, I can't not plug AMBC. We're only 2 years old now, 1 and a bit, close to 2, rounding up. And if you're not a member, please look on how to become a member. It is only because of the AMBC that we're able to bring such a wide, disparate group of different types of people coming in to build this community. And it is quite important to build that community going forward. So I encourage you all to join if you're not, and so we can try to build the conference next year, and also all the associated other benefits you get during the year out of that as well. So on that note, thank you very much, and I believe from the sound of the pop corks already, the drinks are served. Thank you for today. Well done.
Thank you. Okay. If you have still got your phone ready to go and you haven't run out of battery yet, could you please leave some feedback so that we can be better next year, and we can learn from the experience, and we can expand the program, and it just makes sure that we have the opportunity to actually meet your needs and have the discussions that you're looking to have for the next time. And yes, I'll do the second plug. If you want to see things like this happen, if you don't join the AMBC, you will see less of these things happening. So every time you decide not to join up with the AMBC is the opportunity you lose to get something extra done by the AMBC. So Looking forward to all those applications coming through. We have a board through in the poster room. No, it might be up here, which has membership application forms. So consider taking one home and thinking about it and joining us. Thank you, everybody, for a lovely day and for being with us for this journey. And we look forward to seeing you again in the not too distant future. Thank you.